We've traveled far together. We reclaimed our power. We ignited our vision. We learned to sustain ourselves. We excavated what no longer serves, and we practiced uplifting one another. And now we progress, not rushing forward with intention, but moving deliberately, carrying everything we've learned, healed, and built together. Progress isn't about speed. It's about direction. Hi, I'm Dr. Claire Oliveros, and this is Ascend and the season 1 finale. Let's close this chapter together. Welcome to the final episode of season 1. Hi, I'm Claire, and I can't believe we're here already. When I started, I didn't know if anyone would listen, but here we are, 7 episodes later, and we're closing out season 1. And you showed up. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with your time and for doing the hard work together of learning the Rise Up method and the 6 pillars. Today, the 6th pillar is progress, the P in Rise Up. I'm also going to give you a little bit of behind the scenes from creating this season and learning how to podcast. I record the Ascend podcast on the ancestral and unceded territories of the Nishinan and Miwok people who have been the caretakers of this land since time immemorial and remain here today, building community and lasting legacy. And as a Filipina American, I honor and carry the knowledge and ancestral wisdom of Indigenous peoples of the Philippines. As we talk about progress, I'm reminded true progress isn't moving forward at all costs, it's moving forward in goodness. Progress isn't linear. Sometimes the most powerful progress is returning to what we've lost. What is progress? Progress is not what you think. Let's talk about what progress is not. Progress is not climbing higher in your career at all costs. It's not moving faster without direction. It's not achieving more while losing yourself. It's not individual success that leaves others behind. That's not progress. That's individualism. It may feel like progress, but it's missing wholeness and authenticity. In Rise Up, progress means something different. Progress is intentional, forward movement, grounded in values. Progress asks, where am I going and why? Who's coming with me, and what am I bringing forward? I want to introduce the Rise Up cycle. Here's something important. The Rise Up method isn't linear, it's cyclical and interconnected. You reclaim your power, then life happens. You reclaim it again. You excavate old beliefs and ideas, then new layers surface. You rest and return, and then burnout appears again, so you return to rest. That's not failure. That's how growth actually works, in spirals, in cycles. Each time, you're at a different level. Each time, you gain more wisdom and experience. Progress means bringing everything you've learned into your next chapter, full and whole, and trusting you'll keep learning as you go. I want to talk a little bit about my progress. 6 months ago, there were moments that I felt stuck and confused, disoriented, like there was no way forward. But then I refocused. I realized, actually, the way forward is through, and rebuilding is rising. So I created the Rise Up method. I started the cycle of Rise Up and applied it to my own life in real time based on my own lived experience and circumstances. It gave me the words and the process to reclaim my story, ignite a new vision for what's possible, sustain myself through rest and community connections, excavated grief and healed through inner strength and community, and was uplifted by a circle of support and family and friends. And now I'm at the stage of progress with you. I'm so thrilled to be able to share that I revitalized my consulting and coaching practice. I created this podcast with us in mind, and I'm launching a 12-module course online in January. I'm also lining up keynote speaking engagements and beginning to fill up my calendar with executive coaching of phenomenal women of color. But here's the truth. I didn't arrive. I'm still in the cycle. I'm still growing, still learning. Progress isn't a destination. It's a practice, and that's liberating. And it can be liberatory leadership. I want to share a little bit about my behind the scenes experience with podcasting. Let me pull back the curtain. Creating this season was one of the hardest things I've ever done, not because of the work, but perhaps because of the self doubt. Recording episode 1, I took so many different takes of recording, stopping, sobbing out of frustration of not knowing where all the buttons were, and also not accepting my voice. I finally got through the intro and couldn't help but think about these questions that kept swirling around. Who am I to do this? Can I do this? What if no one listens? And between episodes 3 and 4, I had a complete creative crisis about the topic, the title, the content, the outline, the drafts, what to say, not say. I really wanted to quit, throw in the towel. And then I remembered that this is the work. This is the work of showing up over and over again, showing up even through the self-doubt, showing up when unsure, creating something before feeling ready, letting go of perfectionism, and really making progress. And that progress counts. Progress over perfection. What saved me in those moments was my own breath work and the creation of the Ingat Ka, take good care of yourself, micro meditations, and my circle of women sister friends who checked in on me weekly, whether it was a text, a voicemail, a phone call. My accountability circle is who said, keep going. And my partner continued to champion being authentic over perfection. And he said, keep going. And you, the listeners who messaged saying, wow, this happened to me, or this came at the right time. I'm so grateful that these are the lessons and grateful for this lesson. Progress isn't perfect. It's messy and scary. The episodes where I stumbled actually got the most engagement. Where I showed my humanity received the deepest connections. What I learned creating season 1 is done is better than perfect, and done is good enough for now. Community makes it sustainable. Your voice matters, especially when it shakes. That was my revelation. If you're working on something that scares you, that feels too big, keep going. Not because it'll be perfect, but because it matters, because you matter. How do you practice progress in your leadership? I want to introduce 3 principles of progress. Principle 1, set intention, not just goals. Goals are the what, intention is the why and how. For example, when you're thinking about your next career move, say more than, I want to become a dean, a vice president, or a president one day. Ask yourself, why? How do I want to lead in this next role? What are my core values that guide me? Progress with intention means your path aligns with your core values and your North Star. Principle 2, measure what matters. Individualism measures productivity. Collective liberation measures alignment and interconnectedness. Are you more aligned with your core values? Are you more connected to community? More free when you measure what matters? Principle 3, celebrate the spiral. When you return to old patterns, refrain from shaming yourself. Suspend judgment. Ask, what's different this time? What have I learned? What is this experience trying to teach me in this moment? Progress honors the pause, the return, the spiral, not just forward momentum. To summarize, the 3 principles are set intention, measure what matters, celebrate the spiral. That's how we make progress in liberated leadership with integrity and accountability. Let's take a moment together. Looking back on our Rise Up journey, what have you reclaimed? What did you excavate? And where do you want to progress to next? And most importantly, what's one intentional step you can take today? Progress starts with one step in the direction of your core values. I'd like to leave you with a closing Ingat ka, take good care micro meditation. We're at the end of season 1, but not the end of our work. Let's ground ourselves one more time through an intentional practice. Let's close our eyes if it's safe. Place one hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in and out. Reflect on your rise up journey, all you've reclaimed, all you've excavated, and all you've learned. Repeat silently, I am rising. I will continue to rise. Breathe in, gratitude for this journey. Breathe out, what I'm leaving behind. Breathe in, what I'm carrying forward. And breathe out, fear of what's next. And one last breath together. Deep breath in and release. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to keep going. Ingat ka. Take good care of yourself. Well, that's season 1 of Ascend. 7 episodes, 6 pillars of the Rise Up method, and filled with gratitude for you being here. Looking ahead, I'll host a couple more solo episodes before launching into season 2 in January 2026. Subscribe to the Olive Branch newsletter at www.drclareoliveros.com so you don't miss out on the announcement about Season 2 of Ascend with Claire Oliveros. Also this month, be sure to get my holiday renewal bundle on the website. It's a leadership reset made just for you for this season. Be sure you get yours at www.drclareoliveros.com/bundle. And don't forget to please subscribe, follow, and send a review wherever you listen. We will progress together with intention, integrity, and community. Keep ascending. Until next time, ingat ka.